Next on Mancow Live.
Well, listen, I mean, Mark Zuckerberg is something that Ian Fleming would have created for a James Bond novel.
Mancow takes on the tech monopolies. Are we being lied to? Are we being manipulated?
Of the Communications Decency Act, they can't be sued. They are protected. And
should they be broken up? Then, what's going on in Chicago radio? Is a major morning radio personality about to have his morning wood exposed?
Get off the babysitter. Put on your pants. Come out with your hands up.
What really happened with Eric in the Morning and the babysitter? Then, he lost his father-in-law to medical mistreatment. Now he's on a mission to save Americans from bad medicine.
Pulmonary edema. You are drowning these people to death with their own fluids, and they can't breathe.
Dr. Bryan Ardis comes on to explain. Mancow Monday Night Live begins now.
All right, guys. All right, we have a small crowd gathered here at Muller Manor. If you ever have an opportunity to join us here in Muller Manor in beautiful Wilmette, my God, you will be in Xanadu. I got a little fortune cookie. My wife and kids are having Chinese in the other room. I'm sorry, Asian. And let's see what we have here for me. Yeah. You will continue to kick all form of ass, including hyena. You're damn right. I knew it. So I've been talking with the doc for a few minutes off air. This will probably get us shut down because there's some truth. Are you ready for the truth? This is the lion's den. I hope you knew that before you tuned in. This is where the angels and the devils fight, and they're choosing up sides tonight. Me, I'm part man, I'm part monkey, I'm part mystery, and the angels and the devils are playing tug of war with my personality. Let's go. It's Monday Night Live with the Mancow. I am the Mancow. So Doc Mack, Galloping Ghost, world's biggest arcade on earth. People come from all over the world to go there. In Brookfield, Illinois, I've been giving him stuff, and he played Topper. Topper means he did better than me. This is one of the original heads from one of the Godzilla movies. Worth about $80,000, $80,000, $100,000, $200,000, whatever this is. One of the heads from the Godzilla movie used in a Toho classic. This was an on-screen movie. Doc Mack, thank you. He also delivered to my house a Sam Jones autographed pinball. Sam Jones is going to be on here live with us soon. Sam Jones is Flash Gordon from the 1980s classic. A full-size 1980s pinball machine, arcade, signed. Beautiful. Okay, so he played Topper. So I mentioned his arcade, and I would have done it for free, but thank you. Talking about the drone strike that happened near Roger Stone's place in Florida. Do you remember that making major news? I haven't talked about it yet. We should do that. I got too much good stuff tonight. I got to hurry along. But I like to start with some fun stuff. How great a day is that? How great of a day would that be for you? Billy Corgan, the Smashing Pumpkins. You've got Justin Hayward, the lead singer of the Moody Blues, and Barry Williams. That's a Mancow party. There ain't no party like a Mancow party because a Mancow party don't stop. And coming up, we're going to ask you, don't do it yet. I got to say it. God, I'm dealing with morons. You're dealing with morons too. Don't play it yet. But coming up, you're going to want to say bullshit, but don't play it yet. Again, speaking of bullshit, stupidest people I ever met, Motley Crue. God, are they stupid. One of the smartest guys you'll ever meet. He's had more gold records than almost anybody. It's Weird Al Yankovic. And he's a genius. I broke Jimmy Hart's leg. Here's me with Hulk Hogan. Hulk Hogan almost committed suicide, had a gun in his mouth, and Jesus spoke with him. He had a message from God. We are taking your messages. Where do we want them to follow us? Mancow.net? Mancow.net. Here's Sammy Hagar kissing me. Why? Because I'm very sexy. Chicken face. Here is me with Geddy Lee from Rush. Time Stands Still, the greatest Rush song. I must say that I found that drummer. Is it Alex? Who's the drummer? Can't remember his name. I know his name, of course. It escapes me. It doesn't matter. Demonic. Dead, demonic, bad guy. Really bad guy. Here I am with Pink Floyd. Here I am with Duran Duran. They got a new album out. It's pretty good. Love them. There's a whole story behind that. I don't have time. Used to, with this guy, Gilligan's Island. He's come to my place. Yeah. Everybody's claiming to be my hero, all these old timers. No. I didn't grow up in New York. I grew up in the heartland. I grew up in the middle of Missouri. I didn't grow up listening to anybody, but I did hear this guy syndicated. Dr. Demento. Love this guy. Huh? It's tricky to rock a rhyme, to rock a rhyme that's right on time. It's tricky. What is it, D? It's tricky. Run DMC. I'm friends with Star Trek's William Shatner. He's in my wedding. He was there when my twins were born. He's going up into space. 90 years old, going up into space, William Shatner. I hail this guy, but he's not my favorite Star Trek character. No, my favorite Star Trek character was Riker. That's my generation. The original Star Trek was before my time. Riker. Love him. Here's Roger Stone. Did the government try to take him out with a drone? What do you think? Anyway, here he is. What a character he is. And just by mentioning him, I'm going to get in trouble. Oh, there's my boy Doc Mack with my balloon Pigmon. He also gave me the full head movie used Godzilla head. They get one new arcade game every day. When Chris Farley died from doing cocaine, this was the cover of papers all over the world. Farley's last binge, and look who he's with. So everybody thought I was doing drugs with him. When he died, I didn't do cocaine. So I took a lot of heat for this. He's dead. And there I am, his last binge. I hadn't seen him for a couple of days. I want to talk about the giant frog that appeared to me in Vegas. Freaked me out. I don't have time now. Here's Andrew Breitbart, my friend. I want to keep his memory alive. He created the Huffington Post, and he created Breitbart.com. And again, my opinion, murdered. And I'm pretty cool, and you're pretty cool. But are we as cool as Sinatra getting out of a helicopter with a martini? Wait till you hear the doctor we have coming up. You may have seen me on the Leland Show. I'll be on once or twice a week. I'm going to be doing a lot more TV. And, you know, the question was asked, Amazon and all of these things, are they monopoly? Yes, of course. I would get messages to Trump. We have close friends, and I'm friends with Trump. And I begged him for years, 4 years, break him up. Big mistake that he didn't do it. He made a lot of mistakes, but he wasn't a politician. You know, he's not as seasoned as Joe Biden. He actually thought you had to do good things. And man, I was filling up my tank today over at the Costco. You have to use several cards, and you have to touch in your zip code and this and that. And do you want to be a member of this? And do you have a and do you want a car wash? And boy, a lot of touching in the year of COVID at these gas pumps. Have you noticed? You got to just touching everything. And yeah, can we just lift up a pump, and can we just pump like we used to in college? You know what I'm talking about. Anyway, so I was on this show, Leland, News Nation. And look, the Sherman Antitrust Act, they can't be sued. They're on public airwaves. I mean, our government created this internet. We created it. It's ours. This is taxpayer created. And so 60 Minutes statement is, well, I couldn't believe it, guys. I could not believe it. I mean, good night, Irene. Did you see 60 Minutes? Well, I saw it. I mean, I didn't see it. I saw the clip, and we got a clip for you, but not yet. Facebook's problem, even I'm shocked by this. Should we just play it? Let's just play it. This blew me away. So here we go.
She says evidence shows that the company is lying to the public about making significant progress against hate, violence, and misinformation. One study she found from this year says, we estimate that we may action as little as 3 to 5% of hate and about 0.6% of violence and incitement on Facebook, despite being the best in the world at it.
Bullshit! Bullshit!
Yeah. Bullshit. So, and I think we have more clips coming up of that. And you can play them anytime you want.
Says,
Yeah.
Bullshit!
Yeah, bullshit.
we have evidence from a variety of sources that hate speech, divisive political speech, and misinformation on Facebook and the family of apps are affecting societies around the world.
Bullshit! Bullshit!
The algorithm picks from those options based on the kind of content you've engaged with the most in the past.
Bullshit.
And one of the
bullshit.
consequences of how Facebook is picking out that content today is that it is optimizing for content that gets engagement or reaction. But its own research is showing that content that is hateful, that is divisive, that is polarizing, it's easier to inspire people to anger than it is to other emotions.
Bullshit! Bullshit!
Man, it's always these chubby white women that don't have anything else to do, isn't it? These entitled, well-off white women that just, And I'm telling you, folks, I've said it. I really believe the African Americans and the Latinos are going to save us from, because they're not going for the segregation, and neither am I. And yeah, slavery was very popular. So was the belief that the earth was flat. By the way, I said that last week, and some guy keeps contacting me saying the earth really is flat. Oh, God. It doesn't matter what you say, you're going to piss someone off and somebody's going to argue with you. So don't worry about it. Yeah, so they're whistleblower, guys. You ready? The whistleblower is, if you speak truth, if you question the narrative of the Chinese-controlled pedophiles, the media pedophiles, if you question them, well, you're divisive. You got to just agree. You got to line up to get into the showers. You got to get on the boxcars. Line up. Get on the boxcars. Get off to the camps. Don't argue. Don't question whatever they want to do to you. Don't question autonomy. You will do what you're told. Outrageous. And folks, I tell you this. You think this is going away? It's not about any of this. It's about control. These are the first snowflakes of the avalanche that's coming for me and you. Do you understand? This is foreign manipulated people. They're well paid off. Why would they do it? Because they're getting money. Why do you do things? Why do I do things? Why do I dance with sailors down at the wharf? For nickels, for money. We do things for money. We're sold out. Have you seen Goliath? Brilliant. Billy Bob Thornton last season on Amazon. And they talk about it. The whole season, it's incredible. And that is, they know some of these things that we're taking are bad, but they're paid off. And the government officials everybody's paid off. And if your kid dies, they don't give a shit. And then you and I, because we love Jesus or we love life or whatever you love, well, why would they do that? And of course, we always say that about Jeffrey Dahmer or John Wayne Gacy or Fauci. You know, why would they do that? Because what we're really saying is we wouldn't do that. You aren't them. You have a soul. You believe in a higher power. Maybe you're a patriot. You aren't them. Stop putting your head on their shoulders. Stop giving them a break. There's always been mass murderers and bad people. And how do you get rid of them? You can't debate them, folks. And it looks like we can't vote them out. Where's my corncob pipe? Someone asked if I really used a corncob pipe when I lived in Missouri. Yeah, well, now I live in a nice house in Wilmette. Okay. Look, guys, God is infinite. God loves you. He loves his children. You are a child of God. It's not specific. And there were great people with great power, people like Fauci and Biden in the Bible, and they're dead and forgotten. But we have chances right now to be biblical heroes, to stand on the word, to stand on what's right, to tell the truth, regardless of the odds. And we know the ending of the book. We will be rewarded. Good and God wins. So I'm asking you to stand with me and patriots and freedom fighters and God lovers that have been here since the beginning of time. Now is the time to choose up sides, as I've said over and over. This is the Lion's Den. I hope you know before you tuned in. This is where the angels. I mean it. It's time to pick a side. What side are you on? Where is your papers? Do as you're told. Don't start any trouble. Or bullshit, bullshit, bullshit. $8 a gallon. Have you heard this? Have you seen this from the news? Oh, yeah. As they read it. By the way, Ron Majors and all these TV people, zero respect for me. It's all written for them. They could read. I can read. You can read. Big deal. And their makeup and they sit on TV and they read everything that's written for them by the corporate suits controlled by China. Well, anyway, looks like gas is going to be $8 a gallon before the end of the year, or soon, $7, $8. And then they'll tell you Joe Biden doesn't have anything to do with it. Hello, Afghanistan, how about shutting down the pipeline? I'm telling you, man, this doctor is so good. I want to get to him. How about you're going to get taxed per mile? Have you heard about that? Have you heard? And why haven't the Republicans fought this? Why didn't they stand up? How about women being drafted? How repulsive is this? I have daughters. Do you have daughters? Do you have women in your life? They're going to be drafted now. There's no sex. There's no male or woman. There's no difference. By the way, that's satanic. The satanic God has no sexes either. They want to make us sexless. They want to just destroy whatever identity we have. Male, female, this, that, whatever. You are nothing. Put your muzzle on, shut up, and be a good little follower. And if you don't follow, well, you're divisive. That's what they'll say in 60 Minutes. I don't know, man. I think God cares about testing us and making us better people more than he cares about our luxury. Things are going to get tough. You may not be able to see Granny. You may not be able to travel. Unless you have the papers. Do it! Get some papers! Tax per mile. Can you believe that? Women part of the draft. Man, is this an evil time? I wish we could vote them out. I was a convicted felon. I did a political bit of kabuki theater in San Francisco against Bill Clinton. Convicted felon, public nuisance, expunged. My record has been cleaned. But I wanted to vote. I spent a bunch of money because I wanted to vote. I don't believe it anymore. Jeff has his papers. He's good. Jeff, good, man. Good little Nazi. Good little follower. That's good, man. Proud of you, pussy. Yeah. You're not male. You're not female. Women aren't important. They can be drafted. In fact, men can get pregnant. Nudie? Men can get pregnant.
Regret my experience at the Crisis Pregnancy Center. The most traumatic part of my experience was one of those centers and how I was treated there, and I hope that they all shut down because they exist to manipulate and prey on vulnerable pregnant people. And I just wanted to acknowledge a lot of people are being left out of this conversation today because, as we know, people get pregnant and not just women.
What?
But I hear people over and over and over again say women get pregnant, but that's excluding people that should be a part of this conversation. Because, as we know, people get pregnant and not just women.
Hey, Peter, want to go on a boat ride? Oh, I can't be in stories for a couple of episodes. I'm real life pregnant.
Oh, my God. I had no idea.
I know. Anyway, Mama's got to get off her feet.
Yeah. People get pregnant. Halloween is coming up. You can see around me some classic stuff. I have the switch from The Bride of Frankenstein, James Whale, Boris Karloff, the famous switch, the giant switch that started the machines from The Bride of Frankenstein. I have some props from classic Universal movies, my favorites. I watched Karloff's Mummy today. When I was a kid, there was a thing called Trilogy of Terror. Hit it anytime you want with Karen Black, a Zuni doll that came to life. If you've never seen it, the third act with the Zuni doll, Trilogy of Terror. Yeah. There it is. There it is. Yeah. Yeah, I just want to recommend it. Scary movie, Trilogy of Terror. Don't Be Afraid of the Dark with Kim Darby, who I've met several times from True Grit, but she starred in a movie where these things lived in the fireplace. I didn't sit near a fireplace for 10 years when I was a kid because they came up out of the fireplace and they would drag you down into the flue and mess you up. Listen, we knew Bill Cosby was a racist. We knew he hated white people. I've always heard that Will Smith is not a fan of white folks. His wife, Jada Pinkett Smith, really hates white people. I could give some names, but it would hurt. It would hurt them. Jeffrey Epstein, I heard about for years. So did you. Bill Cosby, we knew about. Okay, going back to San Francisco, when I created a radio station there called Wild 107 that became the number one show and station in Oakland, San Francisco, and San Jose. Now, for 25 years, 20 years certainly, I've known that Eric Ferguson is a real asshole. We all know. It's my business. And he gets on. He's so sweet. And he talks to the fat women and the women with their kids and their minivans. And Mancow's bad. Hang on. Mancow's bad. Because, see, I say stuff like this. I'll tell you like it is. But he's just, oh, really? And he loathes his audience. He thinks they're a bunch of fat idiots, bunch of soccer slobs listening to his pablum, pre-chewed shit. And we all knew, everybody knew what was going on with Eric. My real name is Eric. I hate the name. And I can't stand this guy. He had cancer. Many thought he was dying. I lost my father to cancer. I reached out to him, and he's an affected prick. And he works with another affected prick named Brian the Whipping Boy, who I actually like. Brian knows he's an affected femme prick. But I like someone who's self-aware. I do. I like him. Eric Ferguson, yeah, go. We knew. Do we have it? Eric and Kathy, top-rated show in Chicago, and people would say to me, well, why can't you be nice like him? Because I can't lie like that. I'll tell you, if you can fake sincerity, you can get very rich. Look at Ellen. Are we going to play Eric and Kathy, or you want to move on? We have a hilarious thing you put together. Yeah, the poor doctor's waiting.
It's not playing. Yeah, it's not playing.
How about FJB? I'm going to get a hat. I'll wear it next week if I remember. FJB. This is really big. I wrote it on the pump today over at Costco. I took out my black Sharpie and wrote FJB on there. Can we roll that? Do we have that, or should we just move on? Is everything frozen up?
You're like, oh shit. Hide the beard.
Fuck Joe Biden! 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 Fuck Joe Biden!
I love it. Go ahead. Oh, we got more damage control. Let's do this. Go.
Thank you to all of our partners. Oh my God, it's just such an unbelievable moment.
Brandon, you also told me, as you can hear the chants from the crowd, let's go, Brandon. Brandon, you told me you were going to kind of hang back those first two stages and just watch and learn. What did you learn that helped you there in those closing laps?
Oh my God, it was learning how each line didn't stay to one. Everything shifted top to bottom so much. Thank you to all of our partners. Oh my God, it's just such an unbelievable moment.
Brandon, you also told me, as you can hear the chants from the crowd.
Is that great?
Let's go, Brandon. Brandon, you told me.
No, they're chanting F Joe Biden, F Joe Biden. And of course, NBC, right? Criminal liberal media sellouts, propagandists for the government. Oh, they're saying, let's go, Brandon. No, they're saying, let's go, Biden. That's what they're saying. How about Sarah Silverman? Is she waking up? I always thought she was hot, but boy, is she a vile Christ hater. She is so vile. Man, she hates Jesus Christ, and she hates you and I. But maybe she's waking up. Look, anyone can be saved, and we want to keep everyone we can out of hell. Maybe Sarah Silverman won't go to hell. Can we see if she's really getting woke? Go ahead. She's denounced. See, they attacked Israel. The squad. The commie libs, the godless commie libs, and they're anti-Semitic. I don't understand. It's happening again. Jewish folks, it's happening again. Look, wake up. They're siding with the Islamic terrorists. They empowered the Democratic Party has left the Jewish folks, and they're still voting. Because how would they explain it at their country clubs? How would they explain it at their country clubs? Party first, man. Party first. That's how these dummy craps are. Chris Christie will skip. I don't know if the forever purge of DeSantis.
Lean back.
Oh, go ahead.
Look, it doesn't matter. When I had a political science professor in college who told me when your adversary is in the midst of committing suicide, there's no reason to commit murder. The result is the same. And that's what's happening with Democrats right now. It's the death of 2020 Joe Biden. When he went to the Hill, 2020 Joe Biden is now officially dead and buried. The guy who ran against the progressives, ran against Bernie Sanders and Elizabeth Warren, ran to be a uniter in this country, ran saying he was going to force compromise. And he went up to Capitol Hill and he capitulated to the progressives, the liberals in his party. And why should we be surprised? He couldn't stand up to the Taliban. How could we expect him to stand up to AOC?
Okay, so
don't hurt the sacred cow. Do you have the Eric and Kathy video? Do we want to try? It's pretty good stuff. Pretty funny. You could shake your head no. No, okay. Do we want to talk about how the black students, you guys may remember that in Chicago, not enough black firefighters, so they made the tests easier. Not enough black cops, so they made the tests easier. It still didn't work, so they made the test easier, and it still didn't work, and it went on and on and on, and they kept making tests easier for African Americans. And see, I'm one of these crazy people that you should be based on your character and your performance, not on your skin color. I don't care what color you are, but this professor was suspended. Put it back up big. Professor was suspended for refusing to give black students easier exams than everyone else at UCLA. And let me ask you something. When somebody is hired because of a quota, what does that make everybody else think? Does it help other people love African Americans? Does it bring us all together? What good does it do to pass people based on skin color? Or do they even care? No, it's all about agenda. I never have judged a man based on skin color. Boy, I've sure been judged a lot. You saw it on 60 Minutes last night. We're sure being judged. We're sure being judged and hated upon. But I hate no man because of skin color, and I believe in what Martin Luther King Jr. said, and that is character. Character over color. This guy's good. You're going to love this guy.
It's the internet connection. What do you want me to put next, Mancow?
Do we have Dr. Ardis?
Yeah. You want me to bring him on?
Yeah. Why are you on? Why am I looking at you? Shit. You know, that's just the guy wanting to get on. That's all this is. Sorry, Doc.
That's fine.
You know why he was on? You know why he was on? Because he wanted to be seen.
That's all right.
There's no reason for him to be on. What do you want to do now? That really... I got Lucille Ball here trying to insert herself into my show. I don't need a sidekick, bud. That's why I'm sitting at home.
Well, we're excited. We're finally together, brother.
Yeah, thank you. No, I'm not talking to you.
No.
The reason I'm not sitting with a bunch of chuckleheads is because I loathe it. I don't need... Oh, hey. Oh, hi. Hey, you need me to... No, just bring on the guest. Wasting people's time. Doc, you know, I always say I have one here somewhere, but I always say, you know, for what they talked about on 60 Minutes last night, heroin, you're against anyone getting the heroin shot, correct?
Yeah, let's reference this as heroin tonight. No, I do not recommend that anybody
do not do heroin. What about the second heroin shot?
I don't think.
And the
second heroin shot, booster heroin shots, none of them are any good. They're dangerous.
Is everyone that got the heroin shot, are they going to have something bad happen to them? Every one of them.
Every single one of them. If it's not immediate, over the next 18 months to 10 years, we already know research has proven you're going to develop any autoimmune diseases, which are lifelong, heart diseases from using heroin and having that injected into you, neurological diseases like MS, ALS, Parkinson's, Alzheimer's. Yep. No heroin shots, first, second, or boosters.
What about this deal where we won't be able to go somewhere unless we get the heroin shot? How do you feel about that?
I think I'm still excited that half of America has decided not to get the heroin shots. For sure, I'm praying there's enough of us that can resist the mandates and this disgusting robbing of our liberties. And then hopefully they will fold and drop it.
All right. Doc, I was told.
I'm not getting the heroin shot, just so you know. Never.
I'm never getting it either. I want you to know that I was told by others that are familiar with you, he'll go on and on about his background. Don't ask him. And then if you bring up his daughter, you're going to have a half hour of complete boredom. I'm just telling you what I've been warned.
Sure.
Stay on the good stuff.
Yeah.
But knowing that, and I'm a completely honest guy, have you been enjoying the show or is it too crazy for you?
Love it, man. I've been entertained the whole time.
Okay, except for the idiots trying to jump on here they can get their own show. All right. But what is your quickly, please? Just why am I talking to you? Who are you and why should we listen to what you say, Dr. Bryan Ardis?
Sure. I'm a licensed chiropractor, acupuncturist, nutritionist. I actually did take the MCAT, got accepted to med school, but I did not go because I wanted to heal someone in my family who was diagnosed with lupus, a younger sister of mine, when she was 11 years old. And I set out and determined to find out what causes the underlying causes of diseases and then heal them, which is what I specialized in for the last 20 years in both clinics in Tennessee and Texas. And then I sold them 3 years ago.
Now, Doc, forgive me, but when you hear chiropractor, everybody thinks quack. Or maybe. A lot of people.
Yeah.
Well,
there's been a lot of people that have thought that way until
they need a chiropractor.
Until a year ago, when the whole world was turned upside down, and the reality for most medical doctors was that the chiropractors and the alternative healthcare practitioners were always right, and they have learned that their American Medical Association, their modeling is completely wrong.
What about the they're bringing in the National Guard for those nurses that don't want to get. Want to get it. The health, these people on the front lines. Isn't it something a year and a half ago they were heroes? You drive down and see signs everywhere. Heroes, welcome to heroes, the heroes. And now they're losing their jobs because they know better. What do they know about? What do they know? Why are they so terrified? They're willing to give up their careers, the money they spent on medical school. What do they know that we don't know, Doc?
They actually know what the FDA knows about these heroin shots. So October 2020, the FDA produced a 25-slide presentation, and on the 16th slide, it actually lists 22 bullet-pointed adverse lifelong effects that were going to come from the coming heroin shots in December 2020. So if you look at slide 16 on the FDA's website, which I have a copy of it downloaded if you want it, I'll send it to you. All of these medical doctors and healthcare practitioners, nurses who have been fired. There was 250 laid off in Houston last month because they would not get the heroin shots.
Who?
250 nurses in Houston were fired because they would not get the heroin shot to maintain their jobs.
Yeah.
The very next day, Houston in the media reached out to all newspapers outlets and said, we have a nurse shortage, but it's not because of these heroin mandates.
And they're moving in the National Guard into our hospitals.
Yep. So these are some of the listed side effects that FDA knows about these heroin shots.
It's all about control, right? It's all about control. That's it. Just do as you're told, or you will be punished in the new America. And it's so funny. We heard about fascism all the time with Trump and everything they supposedly hated, and that's all they're giving us with this guy is fascism.
Yeah.
Yeah. Can you imagine if Trump was in right now and demanding that everybody get it? Oh my God, the media.
It would be.
So control, and all of this, I believe, is the puppeteers are in mainland China. That's me. That's me. Okay. Is it, it's Pfizer. What's the other company that's making the?
So there's Pfizer, Moderna, and Johnson & Johnson. There's
Moderna is now making what? Ivermectin, right?
No, that's Merck.
Merck. After
Merck.
telling us hardy har ivermectin, which I take once a week.
They actually make ivermectin.
What?
Merck makes ivermectin.
I take 12 milligrams a week. Am I right?
That's exactly what you should do to prevent it. If you want to wipe out COVID-19, you should be using, everyone in America should be using ivermectin, just like the states of India have that have a 92, 95, 98% total remission of all COVID-19 cases in their states, just using ivermectin.
Are we going to get in trouble for talking about this? Are we going to have censorship?
No, I don't know. Most people do. So
I don't
depends
want
on how popular you are, Mancow.
I'm enjoying doing this. I'm enjoying doing this.
Good.
So I'll just say that I'm taking ivermectin.
Me too.
Because I don't want to take heroin, and I'm afraid that I have worms.
Yeah, and just so you know, ivermectin, 4.4 billion doses worldwide in 40 years, hasn't killed anybody. But heroin has been already proven to kill this year alone 150,000 Americans.
Doc, do you remember anything when we were kids? Like if you wanted to, worms come out of your butt at night if you have parasites, and you should put tape on your butt and would catch the worms. Do you remember that when we were kids?
I do. My son's actually had those before. He's 9 years old now, but 6, 7 years ago he had those pinworms. Yeah.
Is that true? You put tape on your butt?
Well, you do that to trap the worms so they don't lay eggs on the sheets, and then the eggs hatch the next night and crawl into your rear end. That's how that perpetuates.
Wait a minute. So
they come out in the night, and then they crawl back into your rear end before you wake up.
So okay.
To catch them, you have to put tape down there if you want to. Or
I always thought that was old gay guys just wanting to look at my butthole.
Yeah, well, you're hanging out with the wrong dudes.
I don't know. They kept saying, you mind if I look at you? I'd like to look at your butthole tonight. You might have worms.
Well, you got some very open-minded friends.
I was cuter when I was younger. I mean, I was 18.
Yeah. Did they find hemorrhoids instead? I mean,
I don't know, man. They're real nice. They're real nice fellas. Real nice fellas.
They must have been nice enough to be evaluating that way. Or they were all practicing for being a proctologist one day, prostate.
I don't know. I have no
idea.
You
still
I heard they lie, though. I heard they lie. I heard it hurt. I heard it hurts, you know. And then they say the second or third time it won't hurt, and then I heard it still hurts. So that's not my thing, Doc.
I don't have those.
Wait a minute, because I had somebody on my show, and it really haunted me. And now that I'm taking ivermectin once a week, 12 milligrams, I don't have to worry about it. But I went to Whole Foods and did a worm detox and everything. But I had a woman come on my show, and she said, if you've ever had water out of the hose, and I don't think she was using a euphemism like those guys that want to look at my beehole, but she said, if you ever had water out of the hose when you were a kid, you have worms.
So just so you know, 70% of all chronic illness in America are caused by parasites. You just don't know it, and medical doctors aren't taught it. So ivermectin, just so you know, last year, actually this year, 10 months, Medicare has paid out for 142,000 prescriptions to Medicare patients in America at $24 a pop so far. Ivermectin is not for horses. It's not just for animals. This thing won the Nobel Prize in 2015 for curing 2 human diseases. 40 years, it hasn't killed anybody. Heroin kills lots of people.
Okay, Doc, where do I get I told you before we went on the air, where do I get my ivermectin?
No, there's 3-4 sources I'll give you. You ready?
No, but
I get mine from alldaychemist.com. Alldaychemist.com.
Where else?
myfreedoctor.com.
That's where I went.
Synergy, SYNERGY, help, HEALTH, DPC.com. They actually direct mail it to you from compound pharmacists. It's brilliant.
Do you do prostate exams? I mean, do you do prostate? Do you milk a prostate? Do you ever do that?
No, I've never done that. It was not required as a part of my licensing for chiropractic school. No. Thank goodness.
I'm not a chiropractor. It was required before I got hired at WLS.
But I think your friends could do it for you, Mancow. I bet you they can do it.
No. All right. Okay, so you get sick.
Yep.
You get the plague. What are your chances statistically of survival?
99.5% for all ages.
I was in Target. I wouldn't wear and I had it's always femme white guys. I'm telling you, black folks aren't put up with this shit. I love it. But it's always these femme soy boys. You don't have a mask on. I said, yeah, you're very smart. I don't have a mask on. It went on for me. Do you know about the mandates? I said, well, I don't date men. Even if they want to look for worms. No, that's real. I said, I don't know about mandates. I date women.
That's a great.
But he said, there's a 2-year-older in the store, and you've just put that baby's life in danger. Are 2-year-olders in danger? When you see babies with muzzles on, what do you think?
No, I think it's horrible. Just, the virus spreads when you deplete oxygen. So why would you restrict any percentage of oxygen going into the lungs and into the body? You need oxygen to live. You also, if you deprive oxygen, it's a bed seething for viruses to spread. It's horrible.
Doctor, look, and
it's totally dumb.
I quit radio because of the censorship. Don't question the election. Don't do this. Don't do that. Don't talk about like we're talking about.
Yeah.
But now I've encountered new censorship here online. And I guess there's a few sites I can go. I can't do it right now. But when you look at the origin of this and everything else, this is a hideous worldwide event. And I really believe it makes Adolf Hitler and what they had planned look like nothing.
When May 2020 started, I actually called it Anthony Fauci's predicted genocide. And I actually do believe right now that Anthony Fauci is the greatest serial killer in American history. Right now.
Mancow didn't say that. Don't come after me, AI robots.
That's what I said.
I didn't say it. How dare you say that?
That's what I say. 720,000 dead Americans, 17 months.
There's this guy Adolf Hitler over at the beer hall. Have you heard him talk? I understand he gets the crowds worked up.
Yeah.
Wow.
You've got numbers of almost 1 million dead Americans from combined
heroin. No, Doc, you can't do this. I'm telling you.
Okay, we're done.
I think the people watching me get it, but you can't. I'm just getting started here. I don't want to get I want to keep going.
Well, let's keep going.
We'll go to another platform and do the real show. I think we've said a lot here tonight, and I think you're a very good guest. The censorship is out of control, as someone just said. I hope we'll put up more truth, appalling. Thank you, Eric. Yes, Jacob, I see you. Ivermectin, Sean, we just talked about ivermectin. I take 12 milligrams a week, and we told you how to get it for worms. For worms. The worms crawl in, the worms crawl out. Doc, I got to know. So why do they come out of your butt at night, and they go on the sheets and lay eggs, and then they go back inside your anus, and then the eggs wake up within 24 hours and crawl into your butt?
Yes, they
and
do.
That's what majority of people right now, and I hope you're not insulting to Mancow fans, but how many of them have wormy asses?
Probably 50% of all Americans have wormy asses.
How do you get them?
Number one way you get them is actually from drinking water and eating food that the parasites live in. But primarily it's from water. If it's not reverse osmosis water, it's tap water, spring water, you're drinking them. If you're in your pool or in your shower, they come in through your skin and get into your body. That's how they work.
How big can these worms get?
Well, the pinworms don't get very big. They're only like this. But roundworms and tapeworms can grow to feet, 6 inches, 3
Do they come out at night and
just the pinworms come out at night. They come out, they crawl out, lay eggs, go back in. You have to wash the sheets every day to get the eggs off of them to help kill them off while you're using ivermectin and other anti-parasitics. And you can have your friends put the ivermectin right into your rear end if you want to, Mancow.
Now, Doc.
Check that out back there.
Please.
Do an ivermectin.
Please, this is I do remember my dad. God, I don't even want to get into this. But I remember my dad searching me and my brothers. There was a worm deal in the neighborhood, and all the parents were looking at their kids' butts at night with a flashlight.
Well, they're
maybe that wasn't my dad. No, true story. I don't know if, I probably shouldn't have told that, but wrecked him, damn near killed him. Thank you. Doc, okay, so once we get in the hospital, why the ventilators? I have a friend right now, and I don't think it was, I don't think it had anything to do with China. I think it was something else. But my friend Tony Tomaska, I love him. Tony and Tina's wedding. He has a great theater down in the Wisconsin Dells, and I'm praying for his father. His father is right now on the ventilator. And I don't think it's COVID related in this case, but the ventilator, is the ventilator bad?
Yes, the ventilator is bad. So number one, the drug treatments in hospitals are actually causing damage to the tissues of your liver, kidneys, and your lungs and your heart. The side effects of that drug treatment. Then when they shut down your kidneys with a drug called remdesivir and they have an IV bag they're pumping water into, your kidneys can't pee out the water because they shut them down with a drug that causes acute kidney failure. When you flood their lungs with water on top of the mucus from SARS-CoV-2, you have to vent them to force air into the lungs to breathe. However, when you add oxygen to oxidative stressed cells in your body, which is damage from a virus, you actually perpetuate the illness and the disease to speed up their death. That's what the vent does, and that's what the remdesivir treatment protocol does.
What is remdesivir? I hear a lot about that, and some people say it's great. I've had some friends that have been in the hospital for the COVID, and the ones that have taken remdesivir have had tragic outcomes. I'm not saying there's a connection, but I'm asking you, again, this isn't Mancow Muller. I just am asking questions. Go ahead, Doc.
Sure. So remdesivir was proven when Anthony Fauci actually mandated that drug as the only drug of treatment for COVID-19 patients in America for the whole first year. It actually found, you'll see here, this is the results of the Ebola trial. They actually pulled the drug remdesivir from the Ebola trial because it killed the most people. It had a death rate of 53.1%. You can see it. Anyway, 53.1% of people given the drug in the Ebola trial were pulled from the drug trial because it had the highest death rate. And then Anthony Fauci a few months later goes, we're going to use this to treat all Americans. Not any of the other three drugs.
Why? Why? Because just like the TV show Goliath I was talking about, money.
Yep, you're exactly right.
Yeah.
And if you could kill a whole bunch of Americans with this drug, and America's only was using it for the whole first year, we had 550,000 dead Americans. They could sell you on this heroin shot.
By the way, it's something I want to say also about $8 a gallon. You understand, this is the squad. This is the Democratic platform. This is the Green New Deal. They want you to feel pain. They want gas. They've set up $15, $20 a gallon so that regular folks can't drive. You'll have to take public transportation, which you're taking your life in your own hands here in Chicago. And of course, 42% of the shootings were by people that were already captured and let out in Chicago. 42%, I read. They're already in trouble for shooting someone, and they got let out by Kim Foxx. Why isn't the federal government getting involved in that? But anyway, they want $8. You guys see, again, we think they care. They don't give a shit. They want us dead. They look at us as a cancer. Look, Doc, I'm going to tell you something, okay? And anyone that's been with me since the 80s, and God love you, and I appreciate you, and I think you've seen me evolve. And yeah, I'm not, I started when I was just a twink, and now look at me. Now, I've evolved to talking about butt worms. But something I've talked about forever, and you use the name. You can say Gates, you can say Fauci, you can say Bilderberg, you can say all the groups. And Alex Jones and David Icke and Ted Broer and this group and that group and da-da-da-da-da. And what's the big secret? You go down the wormhole. Jim Mars. Rule by secrecy. Maybe you know these, maybe you don't.
I do.
What's the other name? Soros. I don't know. All these names are going to get me in trouble. But you go down the wormhole. And I was asked to be on the Council of Foreign Relations, okay? I was asked. I've been asked to be part of these groups. I've been to Bohemian Grove. And I keep telling you this. You want the big secret. Doc, do you know where I'm going with this?
Yeah, I do.
Okay. No. Hang on. Don't steal my thunder, son. Come on, that's all foreplay. I'm at the panties. Hey, I'm at the panties. Don't take the rest away.
Yeah. Not gonna do it.
No. I'm gonna tell you the secret. I'm gonna tell you what it's all about. And I said this in 1984. And everything I said has come true. Everything. It's all come. Oh, he's crazy. Shock jock. I love Eric and Kathy. That's safe. Yeah, sure. And you love the pedophile Hollywood, and you love these creeps. And I told you they were creeps. And I just, hey, my priest, Father Caswell, stuttered the other night. You know, I just worship my God and love my family and worked my ass off doing the greatest radio show in the history of radio. Oh, he's crazy. And they never tell you when you're right, and I'm always right. Okay, come back. The chiropractor was boring you. You weren't impressed with my Godzilla head. Come back, though. Come back. You ready? Once you know this, you know everything. What's it all about? Well, it's about money. No. It's about party first. No. Here it is. All of them going. I told you since 1984. Those of you that know me are bored right now. I'm sorry. Here we go. You know where I'm going, right? This is the number one thing of all of them. Walter Cronkite. Have you seen Walter Cronkite talking? Uncle Walt. You know, you may have to lose some of your freedoms. You may have to give up what you think it is to be an American. Uncle Walt, Walter Cronkite. You can find old footage of it. When people weren't looking. You want to know what the billionaires talk about? Oh, they get a kick out of Mancow. I did his show. We'll take him to eat over at the Drake. Down in that secret little hideaway burger joint. Man, I'm telling you, it's all the same thing. Here we go. You are a cancer and they want you dead. What? You are a cancer and they want you dead. It's been this way for a long time. They're evil. They're demonic. They want the planet and they don't want to share it with you. They clickety-click on the computer. You get a house. No gold is exchanged. No money is exchanged. They clickety-click on the computer. Your job is gone. The market crashes. Now they have your land and your gold and your wealth. You've been manipulated and controlled your whole life. And these satanic pedophiles, your channel, right? The TV, the channel, you're channeled. You're programming, your radio, all of it. You've been social engineered. And when the people in control, and I was one of their toys, I got big ratings, guys. When nobody's looking and they're smoking their cigars and they're meeting in Switzerland, how do we have less people? Maybe we come up with some shots in Africa that make them sterile. Brother, how do you get rid of billions of people that you and your elite friends don't want around? You get them to commit suicide. And that's what's going on right now. You idiots, you're committing suicide. And they've manipulated. They've controlled you. They control the channels. They control the medium. You are doing their job for them. They're not doing it. I told you I had the number one show in Oakland, San Francisco, and San Jose. I knew all the heads of the internet. Do you know not one of them let their kid have an iPad or an iPhone to this day? You know what they have? They have books. They have books. They have books and paper and tangible and real. You can be brainwashed. Your kids can be dumbed down by China-controlled TikTok. Wake up! They're killing you. Don't take their poison. Doctor, thank you. I'm praying for you folks. Keep me in your prayers, and good night.